up, all my fight fans? UFC 289 is in the books. It just passed this Saturday. It was somewhat of a decent fight night. Wasn't something that was going to blow your hair back. Wasn't something that was going to make the record books, but it was somewhat entertaining. So let's break down that main event, shall we? Amanda Nunez versus Irene Aldana. What can we say, guys? The Amanda Nunez is the GOAT. You know, she retired, she won, she did her thing, she went in there, she pretty much put on a good beating of Irene. Irene pretty much just looked like she did not want to be there, or she just looked like the spotlight and the moment just got to her. It really looked like it just really made it very difficult for her to get off, because she was just like keeping her hands up, keeping her high guard up. She really wasn't doing much. She looked like she needed to throw more, she needed to do more, but unfortunately she just wasn't really doing enough, nowhere near enough, I should say. You know, pretty much Amanda Nunez pretty much looked untouchable, unbeatable that night. She completely went in there with her good boxing, some really good leg kicks, some really good takedowns, and, you know, pretty much did what she normally does. She is by far the greatest female fighter of all time, the GOAT. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. I guess Irene Aldana is a lot more tougher than advertised for sure. We already knew that, but yeah, there's a reason why Amanda Nunez could not get the finish like she would have wanted. But it is what it is. Amanda Nunez still got the victory, and she retires the double champ, the featherweight champ, the bantamweight champion of the UFC, and goes off into the sunset, pretty much riding, I want to say, what is it, like a 19-4 career win streak, career wins, 4 losses, and pretty much is by far the greatest female fighter of all time. I mean, let's just look at her resume. She's beaten people like Chris Cyborg, like Ronda Rousey, like Miesha Tate, like Holly Holm, like Megan Anderson, like Raquel Pennington. You know, the list goes on and on and on. Even one of the female greatest of all time fighters right now today, in Valentina Shevchenko, even though it was very disputed and very back and forth war that we all wish we could have seen a part 3 for, but unfortunately, you know, that fight did not come into fruition. Valentina is no longer the champion in her division, so you know what, Amanda Nunez doesn't see the sense of staying in the fighting world, doesn't see what she could do else. You know, there really is nothing else for her to do, honestly. We could possibly see that Juliana Pena 3 fight, but at the end of the day, are we really truly wanting to see that? Is it something that we gotta see? Not necessarily. It was just because of that first fight we want to see something a little interesting, because Juliana Pena was able to stop Amanda Nunez, something that nobody's ever been able to do to Amanda Nunez. But then when Amanda Nunez got that victory over Juliana Pena in that second fight, it pretty much answered a lot of questions. It answered Juliana Pena's toughness for sure, and the fact that she's not an easy person to beat. But at the same token, it really showed Amanda Nunez like, hey, you know what? Maybe she had an off night. Maybe there was something that wasn't quite right with her in that first fight, and in that second fight, completely just dominates her. One-sided victory. One-sided to reclaim her championship belt. So, do we need a third fight? We could get it, sure. But do we need it? Not necessarily. That's my personal opinion, guys. So, guys, let me know in the comments on what is your favorite Amanda Nunez moment. And let me also ask you guys this, and let me know in the comments as well. Do you think she's going to return? Me personally, no. Why? Because there's nobody else. Unless there is that one Kayla Harrison who decides to come over to the UFC and makes a run for herself, and then maybe Amanda Nunez has something to go for, because, you know, there are female greatest fighters in different organizations. We always thought Chris Cyborg was one of them, Kayla Harrison is one of them, and of course Amanda Nunez was one of them. Even at the time, Ronda Rousey was one of them, and pretty much has already beaten multiple fighters. She's already beaten Chris Cyborg, already beaten Ronda Rousey. So of course Kayla Harrison does make an appearance in the UFC down the line. I could definitely see a return in Amanda Nunez for maybe one fight, you know, or that's it. Pretty much my personal opinion is I think she's done. She has nothing left to prove. Really nothing left to prove regarding her career. 100%. So guys, let me know in the comments also, what is your favorite Amanda Nunez moment? My favorite moment was that happened when she just so happened to knock out Chris Cyborg, because I really thought that Chris Cyborg was definitely one of the best fighters of all time in the female division. But then when she was able to do that, good God, what a great knockout that was, and what a great performance that was. So that's my personal favorite. But let me know what's in your personal favorite, guys. So like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next video.